promoted one of the greatest events or the greatest concepts, which is the Riyadh season WBC Boxing Grand Prix in Saudi Arabia. This tournament is the first ever professional boxing World Cup. Never before. That was the dream of my father and the Board of Governors. It was going to happen in 2013 when unfortunately my father fell ill, passed away, and the concept died. I am very grateful to His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh for trusting the WBC in making it happen. We put together an unbelievable team. Salvatore and his kids with Opie, Joel Campuzano and his team with international boxing and MMA consultants, the Dr. Neil Scott with NAS Medical, the WBC Ratings Committee, the WBC Board, the WBC staff, the Jose Mohan and the Middle East Professional Boxing Commission, the Zone, who has been an unbelievable production, and of course Sela with all the logistics. So let's see this video, what has been the 4 stages of the Grand Prix. And we have the finals coming up December 20, 8 boxers looking for glory, and I'm just very, very happy and proud that this has happened, and I am sure it will change the boxing for the future. Thank you. This is the dream of my father that could not materialize 11 years ago. Now it's a reality. We're here in Riyadh and it's going to happen. So we're so excited about it.
WBC Grand Prix is split into 4 separate weight divisions: featherweight, super lightweight, middleweight, and heavyweight. In total, 128 athletes will compete, 32 in each division, representing 41 countries. There will be 5 major events hosted across 2025, culminating in the finals on December 20th. There are no draws, ensuring decisive outcomes in every bout. Every fight is set for 6 3-minute rounds. There will be open scoring at the end of round 2, 4, and 6 to enhance transparency. There will also be instant replay for accurate and fair officiating. The winner of each weight class will receive the Jose Sullivan Trophy and the honour of being an inaugural WBC Grand Prix champion.
Just the beginning. There comes June, August, October, and December for the final stage. I'm very thankful to His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, all his team, my staff from the WBC, the Boxing Commission from the Middle East, as I said, the Zone, and everyone. I wish I could thank person by person, but this has been the work of hundreds of people, of thousands of people, so many hours of preparation. we're seeing future world champions showcased here in the zone reality season WBC Grand Prix. That just keeps getting better. I cannot wait for the semifinals in October and then the grand finale in December. Every fight has something special, and I'm just like in clouds, walking in clouds. I'm just incredibly much looking forward for December. There's going to be 4 fights, 4 finals, and now that you talk favorites, we're preparing beautiful trophies for the best fight of the tournament, the best fighter, the best knockout, the overall fan favorite fighter. We're going to have 5 special ones.
I was wearing the same suit as the last card. The Grand Prix is something special. We are very much in advanced talks to have 2026 event. Hopefully will happen and continue with this unbelievable concept. At this time I would like to invite a very dear member of the WBC family, someone who was with the WBC for decades. He was in charge of the conventions. He was someone who greeted and knows every single person in this room. And I would like to invite Chuck Williams to please come to the stage. The one and only Chuck Williams.
Oh my God. I can't believe I'm here. 30 years of my life. Devoted. You know, I look at the champions here, and I realize, and many of them have become my friends, I realize that none of us would be in this room without them. So one more applause, please. Before I start, I'd like to say, and she's going to be shocked, Jill Diamond did one of the most touching and humanity things ever to happen in any sport. And I was there in the beginning. And I was in New York City. I'm from New York, but I've been living in Hawaii next year 50 years. And so Jill invited me to a foster care, parents and these little children. I started out by saying, I used to sit where you are. And I had to turn around because all of a sudden a wave of emotion just, it was hard to handle. And never before and never since have I attended one of Jill's functions around the world. Plus, for many years, I was the guy that coordinated behind the scenes the conventions, hoping to make it a little better for the attendees, because that was my business, coordinating conventions all over the world. So Jill, this year, if you'll have me, I'll be there. Suleiman, I met him in New Orleans. And I said, who's that chubby guy over there with all those people around? And so they said, that's Jose Suleiman, president of WBC. I said, okay. And I was doing another organization. I had my first judge's job was in Philippines. Young man by the name of Dodi Boy Peñalosa. And my dear friend, Bruce McTavish, was the referee. And he says, you know, good to have you here, etc. So the whole point of this thing is that I started out as a judge, then I became chairman of the convention committee, and then I was on the board, which I was very, very proud to be a member. About 8 years ago, it was time for Chuck Williams to perhaps go down another path, but Mercio and I have become, I've been, you know, I met him when he was practically a boy. He was in his early 20s when we had a convention in Las Vegas. And I have to tell you, Mercio, and I just shared this with Frank Garza in the back there, that Jose is up there now and looking at you and what you've become. And each time that you get to the microphone, because his father was an unbelievable orator, and Mercio walks in his steps. So I have a small presentation here today. I was very involved with the seed money for the Jose Suleiman Foundation. We raised $1 million with Hugo watches. And again, I was very involved behind the scenes. It was at the Bellagio. And I was, of course, very, very proud to be a part of that. So Mauricio, it's my pleasure to give you this donation for the Jose Suleiman Foundation, $10,000. And I think it might be, just to complete the story, as a little kid, I spent time in foster homes and then an orphanage till I was 14 years old. And some people might say it was kind of a tough childhood, but I'm so happy that I had that in my history because it's made me the man that I am. I'm also a Korean era veteran. I was a Navy corpsman in 1951 to 1955. I went in when I was 17 years old. And any of you people in the room that know the name Audie Murphy, he was the most decorated soldier in World War II, and he went in when he was 16. I wanted to be the second coming of Audie Murphy. So I've always had my dreams, and I've got this terrible disease at times that I've got to be the very best at everything I do. And there's a little price to pay for that. So I want to thank all the folks that I've known for years that came up to me and embraced me here at this convention. I'll be here to the end. So, Mercio. My pleasure. And by the way, last year, the Mercanti boys, you know, the father was one of the great referees of all time, and was the chief of the officials for the WBC for many years. And he was a dear friend, one of the great Italian gentlemen. I never even heard the man say, damn. And when his boys were growing up, he had a bar across the doorway, and they had to do chin-ups before dinner. So that was Arthur McCanty. And so they asked if, in memory of their mother and father, if people who were interested, not send flowers, but maybe make a donation to the Jose Suleiman Foundation. I donated $7,000, so my total for 2 years, and I'm very happy to be able to do this. I'm not the wealthiest guy around, but I believe so much in it because we, as I said, starting out, we wouldn't be here without these champions. And so to take care of these guys who gave so much, and the Jose Suleiman Foundation was formed to help these athletes. Some of them can't buy medicine. I know that we paid the mortgage for one heavyweight champion for about 6 months in Las Vegas. He would have lost his house. I became aware of it and called Jose and said, do you think we can help this guy? That's before the foundation, but Jose found a way to help. So good to see you all. Have a great rest of it, and know that you're with the premier boxing organization in the world. And it's well earned. Thank you.
This is very generous, very unexpected. Vanes Martirosyan sadly passed away less than a month ago, but the Jose Sulaiman Boxers Fund and the WBC gave him the opportunity with a grant for treatment. Aaron Barkley, who is going through cancer, is giving him the opportunity to find a cure. And so many cases. One of the top priorities that begins in this convention is the education for current and future boxers. Education in finances, in every single aspect on how to face fame, glory, money, and there's so many things that come with that. So Chuck, this money is going to be very well used, and you're going to be helping a human being that deserves after being a great boxer. We are welcoming Chuck back to the WBC. He was stubborn, but now he's back, and we love Chuck. Thank you so much. This is a beautiful Loyalty and Honor Award for Chuck Williams. I hope you take it and give it to
This is totally unexpected. I will share one other thing with you. I did work very hard as the chairman of the convention committee. I negotiated all the rates for hotels and things like that. And Jose, for about 4 years in a row, made me chairman of the year. And I said, you know, Jose, please just be my friend. I mean, there are other people who would love to have this. And I don't have an office where it's going to hang in the wall or anything like that, you know, the plaques and that for that. But it's a great honor. But I also knew, and I'll say about Arthur McCanty, there was one of my first conventions actually in Spain when I was with Joe Cortez and we were having the banquet. And he says, your name was just called up. I said, my name? Yes, Jose just wants you to come up. And that was the first time that I received the award of Chairman of the Year. And so as I'm passing Arthur McCanty's table, who was an icon forever in the WBC, right? And he says, I've been here 22 years and I never got an award. I said, Arthur, you have to do something to get an award. But anyway, it was good fun. This is such an honor. Again, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you take him home?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
He always leaves it in the hotel room or gives it to somebody.
Just send it to me. So, quick. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chuck. We have a few topics to finish this session. I would like to acknowledge and bring to the stage a few champions that are being named ambassadors of a program that the WBC is leading with the countries of Mexico and the United States, which has to do with the dangers of drugs, especially fentanyl. So please join us, Eric Morales, Cristian Mijares, Lulu and Barbie Juarez, José Luis Castillo, Chiquita González, and Rocky Caron. Children from around the world are facing a deadly poison, which is drugs, especially fentanyl. During this week, Rocky already gave a special talk, and he's going to be doing many talks in the city and here at the convention. and Rocky is a hero of humanity. We are beginning the fight for fentanyl, fight versus fentanyl with Mexico and United States. So Rocky, tell us just 1 minute of what is this about?
Thank you, Mauricio. I can't believe I'm on stage with so many champions. I was a federal police officer for the United States for 30 years for the DEA, chasing drug dealers. And 20 years ago, I realized that we've made a terrible mistake in the world. We stopped teaching children the hazards of using drugs. We used to teach it, and we stopped. And with the horrible new drugs, fentanyl, carfentanil, the methamphetamines that are threatening our families and our communities, for 20 years I've been trying to get out in front of schools, as many kids as I can talk to, and many times it felt like a very lonely fight. And then 5 years ago, I met Mauricio, and he saw my work, and he invited me into the WBC family, and now he's brought me all over the world and has taken my work to the next level. So I'm very excited about this new project, and I look forward to the great work we'll be doing.
How many kids have you influenced and talked to?
287,000, and that's a good start.
So Rocky goes to schools, auditoriums, orphanages, everywhere that you can imagine, talks to parents, to teachers, to kids. And as I said, he's a hero for humanity. Everywhere he goes, he represents each one of us who care for our society, our children, our nephews, our brothers. So it is my great honor to present Rocky the belt that he carries to every visit with your picture as you represent all of us, my dear Rocky. God bless you, Rocky. So, Eric Morales, Cristian Mijares, de Barbie, Lulu Juarez, Chiquita, Jose Luis Castillo. You are now ambassadors of the WBC, and we will begin this first stage with this program. And whoever in this room wishes to become an ambassador in your country, or even by social media, use the phone, contact Rocky or WBC staff, and we're going to make a huge network worldwide. Is there one person who wishes to join now?
Me.
Okay. There's Roberto Diaz. No. Echa.
Me.
Just let us know who's going to join, and we'll be with you. Thank you. Congratulations. The WBC is a dream of every single fighter in the world, and it is the legends who have won and wore the green and gold belt that inspire generations. Let's watch simply the best with some beautiful, entertaining knockouts from our legends.
Come to me.
days here looking at these great champions, the great history behind the WBC, and what we have accomplished in 63 years. There is one unique character who came into boxing scene, who conquered, who succeeded, who became an era of boxing, a legend. He retired, eventually went on to create a beautiful family. He has beautiful kids who are decent, well-behaved, caring, loving, and they're just a pride for anyone who knows the Hamed family. At this time, I would like to introduce, and award Nassim Hamed, the Prince, the WBC honorary belt as an ambassador, as the eternal ambassador of the WBC, with all the love from your family.
Bismillah, wassalatu wassalam, ala Rasulillah. Kind of bright up here, yo. So at this moment in time, I want to invite my two beautiful sons to join me on stage. I'm so proud of them. Sammy Nassim and Adam Nassim, bring your ass up for me, change. Can I have you on both sides? Yo, I had to introduce you to my beautiful sons. I've come to the WBC convention. We're part of the WBC family. It's an honor. I'm so proud even to be sat with our champion Katie Taylor today. It's been an honor, and speaking to her, we've had a right laugh down there. So, look, Mauricio Sullivan for me is the best president, he's my president. And I love the fact that he's awarded me with another beautiful WBC belt. For me, I always wanted to be a WBC champion. And every fighter, really and truly, wants to be a WBC champion. You know, it's the biggest honor in boxing to hold that green belt. We all know as a WBC family that we have golden hearts, but we have green blood. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. You know, when I used to see the super greats in the 80s and 90s growing up, I just couldn't wait for my time to come to hold a WBC belt. Honestly, I'm so proud to be here tonight. I want to congratulate all of the champions that are here tonight and the former world champions. May God bless all you guys. Mauricio, to you and your father on the biggest and the best organization in boxing history as a WBC family. May God bless you guys. Thank you, Mauricio. I just want to know if there's a possibility, if my sons just want to make a word, if my sons want to, so big up the WBC.
I wish I could mention each one of you. I feel so happy looking here, so many faces. Mr. Kitahara from the Tokyo Don Corporation, Don Majeski, Mike George, Dr. Silverman, Dr. Wallace. I am just thrilled about what we are about to experience in this week here in Bangkok. My gratitude to Tanapol, to Kevin Noon, to your unbelievable staff and team and supporters that have made this convention possible. My absolute gratitude to the WBC Board of Governors, to the Executive Committee, Committee Chairman, the staff, ring officials, the companions that make here, because the wife or the husband or the companion are as important as anyone who is in boxing, because they are the ones that sacrifice. They take away all the family time, all the personal time, have to deal with the stress and the troubles, but at the end it is worth it. We are going to have an unbelievable gala dinner